All right. Okay. Okay, I think we're back. So sorry about that. Windows just potentially accidentally doxed me there. I privated the initial part of the stream. Too bad all my talking about Minecraft Live didn't make it in there. But anyhow, yes. So now that the VOD's back, because I'm not going to bother. Probably just going to delete the other part. Maybe I'll edit my Minecraft Live ranting into a proper video. But so if you're on the VOD, hey, yeah, Microsoft settings puts a lot of personal information right at the, or Windows settings puts a lot of personal information right at the top of settings. And it opens it on the main monitor, which I'm viewing currently. So when I open settings to, connect my headphones or whatever, bam! Right on stream, which I was not expecting. Thanks, Microsoft. Thanks. Anyhow, yes, we're playing the Stormworks new Space DLC. But before I was going to actually before I was actually going to do any of the space stuff, I was going to, for some reason, be at 30 FPS in the builder. I was going to check out some of my old stuff because it was broken when I checked it out earlier in the week after the update dropped. And there have been some patches since then that hopefully fix it. So this thing was particularly... I gotta empty the tanks. I don't know why I've saved this vehicle with full tanks. But yeah, this... Actually, I guess I could show in the editor here. So this vehicle it's an interesting one. I don't think I've shown this on YouTube. It has a whole bunch of these water jets for propulsion here, which is driven primarily by a ton of jet engines, which they're not used at all for like their thrust or afterburner of that stuff. It's just the RPM that these things generate. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 14. Apparently one got deleted here at some point. Yeah, so 14 jet engines to power all these. So it goes quite fast. And actually, yeah, their exhaust is currently just sent directly up here, as well as, I don't think it's ever really all that useful, but there's a whole bunch of these gas engines. I don't even know if these work, to be fair. But yeah, the issue I was having is these just weren't working. There was RPS getting to them. The water was, in theory, being sucked out of the ocean into them. They just weren't doing anything. Like, I made a test rig, it just didn't work. But anyhow, once I empty the giant tanks, which are quite useless up here, because I don't know why I just did these. Well, this was supposed to be a tanker ship, but then these tanks are too ridiculously large so they actually sink the boat. So we'll do that first. Just make sure that yeah, okay. All right. Also, what the hell is that? Okay, I honestly have no idea what these particles are. That's supposed to be like air or something, because when the update first dropped, I opened this and air went, or these particles were coming out. Now these particles are going in. I'm guessing that's like air, but why wasn't there air in here before? Am I technically not able to breathe in here right now? Again, these are the questions that I have no idea. Oh, and this is going to be really loud, by the way, so hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully I can hear myself think over the noise that I'm about to cause here. Let's turn the jet RPS up. This thing's rocking back and forth in the waves a lot. Oh, and it's a little bit dusty. I think something changed where, for some reason, there's a bit of extra exhaust that's now being created instead of just these plumes that like go straight up into the air here. All right, the jets have ramped up. Let's clutch. Okay, yes, they fixed it. Okay. Oh, I hate this. Yeah, when I hold down Alt, which I don't know why I was holding down Alt there, but yeah, when you hold down Alt, you get that controller adjustment thing, which sucks when I'm on keyboard and mouse. Alright, oh, and this thing is going really slow all of a sudden. What is going on? Why is this thing slowing? Why are the jets slowing down? I don't have anything up here to monitor the jet RPS. I think like 60% was the best RPS last I knew. I think I was holding down Alt because in Scrap Mechanic you change the third person thing by holding Alt. Again, look, holding down Alt to just zoom in. Scrap Mechanic, guys. Yeah, I know that I do have the exhaust for my for the normal engines. there, which I guess that could be what that is. But yeah, oh yeah, look at the speed. What is the speed we're getting up to? Like 58 meters per second, I want to say that is. I actually don't know what the unit of speed that comes out of like the linear speed sensor is. But yeah, this thing works again, which is great. That's at least one of the things that I made that still works. But I'm pretty sure that the train that I made last year when the Industrial Frontiers DLC came out, I'm fairly certain that that doesn't work anymore because of some changes that they made to how fluids work in this game. Oh wow, look at that. Stops on a freaking dime in the water. Ooh. We're not going to talk about this one, okay? Okay, I'll just put this back on the workbench. Alright, and then we just don't talk about how I landed that. Just, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, are there actually good places to actually, like, build big rockets now in this DLC? Because, obviously, like, we could build them inside the hangar here. But that has very limited height. And unless I build, like, a strong back system to, like, rotate the rocket up 90 degrees... Is there, like, besides that build box, is there a good place to be? Actually, is this build box modded? I know I've done stuff to mod build boxes in the past. I don't think this one is. No, it's not. This is the vanilla sized build box, which is fine. Let's... I honestly don't understand what some of these things... Okay, simple nuclear reactor. Let's see if this thing works. Because this thing wasn't working last time I checked. It takes a minute to boot this thing up. And this, actually, I did show this thing off, I believe, on the video I did on Stormworks last year. So... it's going to take a second for temperatures to rise here. And that's the thing. This thing is overly reliant on, temperatures. It is a little concerning that it looks like stuff's going out of the ports on the top when it should be going in, and it's also going out from the ports on the bottom. Hopefully that just means that stuff's actually being pumped in and out. Oh yeah, it does look like coolant's actually being pumped in and out of these boilers. But yeah, okay, I guess I can explain actually what the nuclear reactor here is doing. So first of all, those are nuclear rods in the center, uranium rods or whatever, and control rods. The control rods have an insertion value, which I guess controls how reactive they are. The more inserted, the less reactive that the controls are. They get red like that when they get hot. But we have systems on the outside here to try to generate power. So these things back here are boilers. The water that's inside this tank is pumped around. Let's see, what is the interior? The rod temperature like 300 degrees. Boiler temps are like 30. That's getting red glowy hot. But yeah, so the water inside is theoretically pumped into these boilers here, which is then making them which then they'll actually use to boil steam or boil water that's in this outlet here in steam that goes through this turbine, through this condenser, and then back into the boiler there. And of course, the turbines turn the generators. This stuff is getting like freakishly hot. Like that's 400 degrees Celsius, I think. This game goes in. So, but yeah, last time I tried this, it didn't quite work, and we'll see if it does what it did last time, or they changed it so it doesn't do that anymore. It did make sense physics-wise what happened last time, but there's just no other way that I knew of to make a nuclear reactor in Stormworks, because I don't know if you could use any other fluid, or any other fluid does heat physics. Alright, and also let's see if any of these boilers reach above 40 degrees Celsius, I guess it would be, which is still incredibly hot, by the way. Looks like it. Let's see if they continue to rise. If they do, then cool, reactors do still work. They just take a long time. Also, that is not as yellow hot as it was a moment ago. Yeah, what I may need to do is, 300 degrees, probably a bit excessive. I may consider doing is changing the functions on these reactors so that they insert more quicker. Because realistically, 100 degrees Celsius is really, or 100 degrees is really all we need. A bit above that will probably be fine. Okay, this is taking a while. I did always hate how long it takes for these things to do stuff. Anyhow, let's go do that so I can look around on the map here a bit while that potentially does stuff. Of course, we have the island from Industrial Frontiers in here, which I've never fully explored because my trains always get stuck on the decorations on the side of the track. I don't know if they've ever fixed that. What's going on here? A dump truck. Interesting. Actually, something I want to do once we actually go to start looking into space. Okay, well, the water seems to be fine here. So what happened before doesn't look like it's happening. Although, mind you, these things are gaining temperature insanely slowly. So maybe they just slow down the rate of heat transfer from the rods to the water. Oh, actually, yeah, look, these rods are now hovering around 300 degrees. They were well over 300 degrees a while back. So I think they're going to fluctuate around 300 degrees. Because, I mean, actually, the way the control rod insertion value works is it's a linear function, basically. It's saying, like, a target 3, like, actually, it's really simple. It's like x divided by, like, 600 is how much you, like, insert the control rods or something like that. And so the control rod insertion and x, by the way, would be the temperature. So the temperature, or the rod insertion, is directly proportional to the temperature. So temperature go up, rod insertion go up, which should balance it around 300 somewhere. I don't exactly remember where. Okay, this is still rising. At an agonizingly slow pace. And I can't really do much as this is in my main build space here. I guess I could... Well, actually... While these things take 7 years to heat up, let's close that. Close that, I said. I don't think this will dox me anywhere like Windows settings does. 34 minutes in the session, damn. Alright. Which one of these is the news button? Because game overview, achievements, notes. Oh, notes, that's useful. I'll never use it, but it's useful. Oh, built-in timer. That's also quite useful. Like, I haven't explored this new in-game overlay on Steam. Guides, discussions, DLC. Why is there a in-game DLC button? Also, what is... That looks kind of weird on the... Okay, wait. I mean, as I'm doing stuff over here, you can really... Can you not green screen? Oh. Wait. And now, okay, I'll just move this light a bit until it just stops fucking doing that. Okay, I don't know. I tried to make this work correctly. Maybe it's just actually too close to the light. Here, light move a little bit closer to me. Okay, now that's good. Anyway, what was it doing? All right. Oh, we're at 50 degrees for temperature. This is so agonizing. It used to be a lot faster than this at the very least. Workshop, screenshots, friends, web browser, controller settings, minimize window. Where's the newsfeed button? Like, I'm actually serious. That was actually a thing. Discussion, timer, notes. Did I miss it? Web browser. Yeah, I definitely need a web browser and Steam, but, I guess the closest thing I have to that would be the discussion page. Where I can go to the news section. They used to, I swear, actually have a direct button to view news, not in the stupid browser window, just in this overlay. But I guess they don't have that anymore. Screenshots, web browser, controller settings, yeah. Oh well, anyhow. Let's go. That was all is this the space update? Wait, here it is. Here's the DLC release. Alright. This new expansion means that you can build working spacecraft rockets and travel to space and the moon. So they added a whole separate planet. That's pretty cool. Operate in low and zero gravity, build orbital space stations and satellites, perform space rescues, and more. Okay, so there are space rescue missions. Interesting. The moon is the biggest land location yet, with over 1,000 square kilometers of lunar surface. Cool. Expect craters, caves, stranded astronauts, and damaged space bases. Interesting. Oh, and then they show things like this. Oh, there may be somewhere on that industrial frontier where you can build rock. Wait. Maybe there's something on Sawyer Island because. Hold on. This is what kind of confuses me. You shouldn't have to have the industrial frontier in order to have a good place to build rockets. I mean, I could probably build an oil rig base. That could be good for rockets. That's kind of what SpaceX is doing in real life. While the Space DLC is required to leave the atmosphere, many changes are included in the base game to ensure workshop compatibility. The fluid system is completely reworked to support compressed gases. Air now consists of its counterparts oxygen, CO2, nitrogen, and, that sort of stuff. Gas pressure introduces many mechanics such as forces due to equalizing pressures, displacement, and more. The world now wraps at the borders, so basically it's a globe instead of just being infinite in directions. That maybe there was borders that you just kind of got soft turned away from. It's still really big though. Many new components are also introduced, including new fluid parts, solar panels, navigation sensors, and directional communication dishes, and more. And community thanks, blah blah blah. Alright, fixes and whatnot. Alright, and then here's some info from the developers. Yesterday was the launch of the DLC. Bad news, there were some issues. There was a lot of issues. Good news, that over the past while, fixes and updates, blah blah blah. Details, let's discuss. Sinking ships. Some of the new gravity mechanics have unintended interactions with some of the physics optimizations for vehicles, which resulted in some vehicle parts weighing slightly more or less than they should. This would often cause an issue with larger vehicles and vehicles with many movable parts. While the change in weight was only small, this could cause ships to sit deeper in the water or tilt. That they fixed that. Jet turbines. With some new atmosphere mechanics, the air is thinner higher up, which means that less air resistance, but also means that at some heights the air is too thin for jet engines to be efficient. This is intended, but was way out of balance with engines starting to lose efficiency only a few hundred feet up. And they also resolved that. Steam modular engines. The issue with steam boilers and modular engines. This is a really big issue caused by some compressed gas changes. Apparently that's now resolved. Of course, there are other things. They'll get to them, but the above are the main ones. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Testing, community reaction stuff. Next step. Alright. Doesn't really explain what I have to do to get into space besides just go up, which I guess is a good place to start. Blah, 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 blah. Hotfix information, which fixed a bunch of stuff. Alright, is it boiling yet? No. I don't think this reactor works. It didn't self-destruct by the looks of things, actually. I'm assuming there's still fluid in there, actually. Because what happened... Oh. Yeah, it looks like there's still fluid in there. What happened last time was that all the water just basically boiled off. In here... Nothing happened, but yeah, these things are basically, by the looks of things, not really increasing all that fast in temperature. So yeah, no, it looks like nuclear reactors may not be viable anymore to do literally anything. And my train basically just doesn't work because of that. Because if this has been taking this long to get up to snuff, then I don't know what's what. Alright, let's... find a place on the map where I can build and launch rockets pretty easily. I don't think these would be necessarily the best places. Maybe this would, but I'm specifically looking for places where I can build. Oh, that's where wait, I'm there? Huh. Interesting. I didn't realize I would be situated. Oh yeah, they also did some stuff with temperature. Where most of this island is in the yellow zone. I feel like this island should be entirely like within the greener area, while all the stuff is in the red, because it is effectively hot where I am right now. And yeah, here's the temperature. It's a lot, northern area is very big. That was an interesting update. It's got, your weather patterns, which is just the exact same cloud shape, repeated or spammed across the map a few times, which is kind of weird. Wind is likewise the exact same noise pattern, just repeated a whole bunch of, or tiled a whole bunch of times. Wait, that's fog. Sorry, wind. Yeah, all similar. And the moon map can show us a bunch of different things on the moon here, but we'll get to that maybe. First of all, I gotta figure out where the hell do I launch a rocket from in this game. Is there like a proper rocket launch site, or do I have to figure something out on like an oil rig? Okay, what is this location? Because I don't really want to build inside of a hangar. I could edit the hangars to be, you know, actually allow me to build really tall and outside, but I don't want to do that right now. So I guess I'll just start jumping around on the big island here, seeing if there's anything that piques my interest in terms of locations. No, I'm forged to build. It's also nighttime. Let's turn to daytime for video's sake. That's weather override. I might want to do that. Override wind array, current time. Day. I'm gonna increase the day-night duration. Why not? Doesn't matter since I've overridden it, but like. Beep. That was the lights button. Damn it. Wait, no, that's the lights twice. Doors. Where are we? And is there another better workbench? Oh, this is a interesting. This is an airstrip in the middle of the desert with I can only assume is yeah, rail infrastructure out here. Okay, this place. I think I know where this is. Or do I? No, actually, I don't know what this is. Wait, is this a good place to launch rockets from? Because there's like a giant area beneath the tracks here. Because I'm pretty sure this is just a train track thing. Maybe this is a place to launch rockets from. Considering where this is. Yes, this is. Okay, I found it. Okay, well that was quick. As much as there are, ooh, this is interesting. As much as there are train tracks that run through here for some reason. In case I guess you wanted to bring your rocket in on the back of a freaking train. This looks like a great place to build a rocket. So, also for some reason they even now just show the price of everything with unlimited stuff on. So, just by Googling. Screw you, Google. Just by searching rocket, we get a few things. We got the liquid fueled rocket, small, medium, large. The solid rocket booster, small, medium, large, and huge. Oh, the fuel segments for the solid rocket booster. And apparently the medium, oh, no, they all have fins. And the rocket launcher, but that was the weapons DLC. Okay, so what I'm going to say, the very first thing that I am going to do is, well, first of all, I'm going to move this thing all the way down because we don't want to just drop this. Wow, this is a very tall building area here. I'm looking at this like this will fall right through the ground here. I'm probably gonna need some form of support system to like hold this thing up while we're on the ground here, and I want them to be like. So well, okay, let's build the booster first. Huge solid rocket thing. Oh, cool! You can just like straight up build on the side of this thing. Can I like? Okay, no, I do have to just like. Manually place each one of these in. That camera here is a bit crazy in how like just free it is to just go all the way down. Actually, what happens now if I just spawn this? Actually, we'll add some fins to the top. I don't know if this helps. Oh, wait, are they actually, like, controllable? Composite data for the control surfaces. Interesting. You can use a composite connection to control the control surfaces. All right. Of course, we got a light this candle button, and remaining fuel. Okay, that's useful for like automations. Actually, it's something I actually could say, or should say here, is I did put a starship on the thumbnail. It would be fun to make something like that in Stormworks, but very complicated to make it launch and land itself. I've never really gone that far into really anything in Stormworks. I've mostly just stayed surface level with stuff. Anyway, let's see what happens when I spawn this thing in. It falls over. That's great. So now I fall down here, right? Oop, yeah. Oh wow, that's some thick land there. Huh? There's a box down here. Oh. It's a box full of cash! Why would somebody leave that just in the middle of this hole here? Oh, perhaps I could have zoomed in here. Yeah, there's a $30 train yard. That's probably a reference to a YouTuber. They like to do that here in Stormworks. Cleric Airfield and Monkey Brain launch site. That, I can't tell if that's a reference to a YouTuber or not. Yeah, I guess this thing isn't exactly centered with the hole, but that's fine. Because I don't want it to be centered. Let's do like the very lazy thing to start off with, because I don't know how like in-depth the aerodynamics in Stormworks. Actually, let's do mirror mode here down this axis. And then we'll just like this is like the dumbest idea I have. Like there is zero, yeah, there is aerodynamics in Stormworks, so it does kind of matter what you build, but there is zero aerodynamics in this part thing. I'm just saying, okay, now that, yeah, now it stands. Now, ideally, the ability to detach from these would be, you know, ooh, that doesn't look good. Hold on, let's this arrow is a little bit, ooh, yeah, no, let's, oh yeah, that's better, in theory. Hold on. It was actually quite lopsided there. There we go. Now they're both over the rails. Good. Let's add a button and let's add a button and a battery. Actually, is there like a cone? Nose? Okay, there's no nose cone objects. I guess you just kind of gotta try making them out of wedges. Sounds kind of like a pain to me, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just get a battery. This is like the safest thing in the world, right? We're just gonna like plunk a battery on the top of this rocket. I really don't, I do kind of want to make this balanced though. So like, can I? No, I can't. There we go. That'll be symmetrical. And then just do a push button here. The controls of this game are sometimes a little bit confusing to me. All right, bam. So, symmetry is good for level flight, as far as I can tell. I don't think I'll actually be controlling that right now. But yeah, this goes to there. And we're about to launch our first rocket for our successful rocket company. There's a reason. There's also a reason why I put that in quotation marks in the title. All right, then I believe it is. Oh, by the way, I'm at a very safe distance from this rocket right now. Like, very safe. At a very safe location, right? Launch. Okay, that has a fair amount of power to it. It also looks like it just keeps turning in that direction. Oh, and it's out of fuel. Or is it? I'm confused as to what is happening, but this is great. Let's put a seat on top of that. And then I guess I need to make like a crew access. Actually, let's go out to the booster. See what it's like. Because, you know, my first idea for a rocket here is just, you know, basically just strap a seat to the top of a booster and see what happens. Because actually, I think there was, I think NASA at one point had an idea for like a rocket that was effectively just take a space shuttle booster, slap a crew capsule on top of that, and call it a day. They launched it once. And then they canceled it because that's what the government does with NASA. They cancel it. Honestly, a miracle in my opinion that we haven't had SLS or Artemis be canceled yet, because canceling NASA's programs is something that the government loves to do. But I guess they were like pressured to build the current one because of like jobs or something like that. All right. Here it is, boys. Here it is. Okay, well, looks like it hit the ground a couple times, but that's to be expected. Why didn't the nose take damage? The battery's still pretty much charged. Yeah, it's got nothing remaining. Let's return this thing to the launch pad and see if I can do stuff that's a little bit better with it. Starting by, of course, actually like slapping a seat on top. Compact pilot seat, that's probably what we want. Considering we are going to be piloting an aircraft, I do think I want... Interesting, space seat. Oh, wait, why can... Oh, right, that's why. Hold on. There we go. Not gonna off balance it more than it currently is anyway. Oh yeah, if I want to control this, I will need a microcontroller that translates between numerical and composite data. That's something that I hate. Like, oh, we'll just put a single composite port on it. All right. Well, what channels on the composite port do what, first of all? And second of all, that's not very descriptive when you could just put like a numerical data thing there and it'd be very easy because you need to otherwise build microcontrollers, which is a bit more of an advanced thing, admittedly. Yeah, I guess step one is that, and step two will be making some way for me to get on top of this thing. So that's kind of an issue right now. How do I like split something? I know there's the merge button up here. Besides doing a selection grid cutting and cutting a block off and then moving it, and hopefully I don't go too far away from this and just despawns the whole thing, because that's happened before to me. Oh, I'm out of water. Oh. Is there just a There's a radar detector. I don't think there's just a detacher. I know that in the mechanical stuff here, there's like the linear track stuff, the door stuff, and the electric connect, and like the connectors. Hard point connector body. No idea what that does. Bunch of clutches, key buttons, turret rings. When did they add those? I don't recall those being in the game. Torque crank. What the heck is that? Specialist equipment. Why are cameras are specialist equipment? Man, they've added a bunch of stuff to the game that I haven't realized they've added. Maybe changed some things I haven't realized they've changed, because it has been a hot second since I played this game, to be fair. Sensors, phalanx. Okay, fluid stuff, electronic stuff, jet engines, weapons, modular engines, industry. Right? They did an oil drilling thing where you can like actually produce oil from the seafloor for free or whatever. I haven't bothered with any of that stuff. Yeah, I don't know how to just generally make things like detachable. Linear track extension. Sliding connector gripper. Connector that will attach this. Maybe I'll just completely make them separately detached. Okay, so I'm gonna do what I was thinking I should do in the first place, which is use this thing. Which, to be fair, I think is kind of dumb. All right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to click move/cut and then just paste. And then the fun thing about this is that this is now a separate creation. And I had mirror mode on. There we go. I don't want to mirror this stuff anymore because yeah, building this launch tower is not something that we need two of to exist. So I'm going to like have a button that causes this thing to like move back a bit. And everything I build in Stormworks is just so involved. So involved. Actually, let's check the stream analytics here. Oh, wow. 2 concurrent viewers. Hello and welcome to the stream. Don't often see that, but I do have chat up ready to answer the questions that no one has, I'm sure. Staircase. Let's go. And then we need the other bit of the staircase, which we will just save to. Why do we have like... Oh, I had nuclear stuff. Why did I have nuclear stuff? Is it literally been since October last year that I've properly built something in Stormworks? Wait, no, that's not right there. Is that right? Oh, it is. Okay, well, we'll just go like that a bit. Then I'm debating about whether I'm going to end up putting railings. Actually, no, we don't want it to go that way. We want it to go the other way. Railings would probably be a good idea, let's be real. I will fall off this several times if I don't put railings on, at least. Well, let's see how many times. Like, okay, I'll try, and if I fall off, I'll then do that. Come on. Why did you have to change how you were configured just because I went over to highlighting a different thing? Makes no sense. Nope. Alright. That looks good enough for that section there. Now, I don't know if they really thought about this too much. Or maybe they did, and maybe they're just like, oh, well, they'll figure it out. Which, to be fair, I am figuring out this launch tower stuff. It just is taking a bunch of my time that I was expecting to be sitting on top of a rocket that has no controls. But I guess you gotta start somewhere. I guess I could have built this as more than just a solid rocket booster, which we'll probably do something that. Maybe I'll like figure out the liquid rocket engines, because, you know, that's part of the fun, and, you know, actually like ride along an actual... on like an actual cockpit that maybe is even pressurized with some ventilation for like oxygen and stuff. But yeah, if you, it's fine. If you were expecting, okay, also let me just set your expectations here a little bit. If you were expecting any sort of pressurized, what is going on? If you're what the fuck? Okay. If you're expecting a human livable environment on board any of the ships that I'm going to build, you're probably sorely mistaken. These will be inhospitable things that could probably be considered What would they be considered? Probably 3 blocks in between. I don't know why it's complaining about me existing now, but it is. Yeah, if you're expecting these things to be anything other than certain death for anyone who dares embark upon them, then currently that you'd be mistaken. Maybe like once I've actually gotten a better acquainted with this DLC, I will make something that a human could actually survive in. But as it currently, okay, that's as low as this is gonna go. So this is gonna be the, okay, if you're wondering, again, I'm building a crew access tower here. It's gonna be the least safe crew access tower ever, but it will have a base here with wheels and stuff that can move. Oh, this whole thing. Oh, I'm running right up against the edge of this boundary wall. Seriously, did they expect us to like make like access doors on the bottom of our rockets and then have like a staircase or something, or ladder or something inside? I could have done a ladder, I guess, for this instead of this crazy staircase. Staircases or whatever. Now, actually, let's place enclosed angled pipes so that that did not select the enclosed angled pipe. There we go. Place one of these on each of the. Why did you change your orientation? Wait, is this one also? That is. Seriously, why did it change the orientation? It was on literally the same side of the platform. I just kind of, my mouse just kind of went somewhere else. Again, what is this game doing? Now we can take a wheel. Get the medium wheel here. Oh. Let's get the small wheel here. Oh. I am too close to the ground. Or the bottom of this build box. So now, what I'll have to do, I'll have to clear the content of this box. Resize it to entirely encapsulate this the crew access tower, so that I can okay, we're gonna, I don't feel like finishing that statement. I don't know why, I just don't. Okay, move that up precisely 1 block so I can take the small wheel and plunk it on to each of the supports here. We're gonna get a medium electric motor. We're gonna place that, you know, somewhere here. We're gonna put like a large battery on this thing as well. And then we're gonna run a network of pipes just on the top here. I might need a gearbox to reverse them on the other side over here. So I will. I don't know what the differences between these things are. Is there really a difference to besides like the mass and size, is there actually like a difference to any of these gearboxes? Because to me they seem like basically just different sizes of exactly the same thing. So I don't understand why you would use one gearbox over, or why you'd use the bigger gearboxes if you can get away with the one that's just the same size as the pipes. Actually, well, I remember back in the day, like when this game was much newer, you could choose, I don't know if you still can, but I don't think you can, choose between the simple or advanced mechanics, where you could just, instead of just connecting everything with pipes like the advanced mode, there was the simple mode where you could just draw lines to connect, or just drag things between points to connect it. I think they got rid of that at some point because, like, well, most people don't use it. Use the simple mode and just use the advanced mode. So we're just gonna do it advanced, which I'm fine with. But you know, it means that I have to do stuff like this and can't just shortcut my way out of it. But you know, advanced stuff is always cooler anyway because you got these massive structures of pipes to make one singular engine work. There we go. And gonna make 2 of those there. Large electric battery. I'm already out of water. I knew that already. There is a there's a delay circuit here. So I'm gonna use this thing here to take and just take this on-off relay microcontroller. Like, I have made a few microcontrollers here and there to help improve things. Toggle button where we'll connect that into there, then just electrically connect all this stuff here. All right, let's see what happens when I try to move this thing. This is not very big. If I want to build like a really tall rocket, I'm gonna have to have like an internal way to get to the top of it, no matter what it's made out of. Because, or I guess I could just put like a ladder on the outside. No, but I kind of have to do. Okay, so I realized I did just realize I have no idea what is this delay set to. It could be set to like 0 seconds. It's set to 0.2. All right, let's go like 3 seconds of pushback time. Well, that stinks. Let's just teleport myself back to the workbench here. All right, so what I'm explicitly trying to do here is I'm trying to make it so I can just push a button at the top of this thing and it'll just roll back. Oh, right, I never put that gearbox in. Did it work? Oh. So hang on, let me, the X-ray gate, okay, it did work, but there's momentum in these wheels. So, okay, first of all, the gearbox, and second of all, I gotta make it so that, when the X-ray gate here is not on, we pump the brakes. Right, I can hold control and that allows me to do it multiple times. Alright, that's that, but then gearbox time. And then off ratio is reverse. Alright, let's hope this is the right direction. Man, this looks weird. The different colors are a little bit confusing from the perspective here between the edges. Like, oh, is that going to be the hole? Or is that also, why is that so far away? This box for building isn't that big. Like, this is the edge of the box right here. Not even off of the, whatever. Alright. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, I flipped the wrong thing. Let's try that again, and this time we will flip the other direction. Oh, actually, hold up. Okay, so put that there. Put a gearbox there. All right, let's try this. Again, I'm still reminded of how absolutely short this is. All right. Yeah, okay, I think that'll do good job in getting the heck away from the launch tower when we're ready to actually go and launch this thing. Alright, so actually I'll just add an OR gate. Actually no, I'll just remove this button at the bottom. So we'll have to press a button up at the top here. Does not really matter how it is, just connect it into the relay down there. That's why I put the relay in, so I didn't just have to have everything connected directly from / to the button. Alright, now we can sit on top of this rocket and launch it. This is going to be an interesting experience. Because, yeah. Again, we probably won't go to... Again, this will be a largely similar experience to the last time I just pushed launch at the bottom of this thing. Because I haven't actually realistically changed this at all. If anything, I've made it more lopsided. 0 control surfaces were added, though. But yeah, obviously making something bigger that has like proper control of the booster from these fins here. Well, actually, I gotta figure out, I gotta spend some time with the microcontroller to figure out, okay, which channels do I screw with to actually change any of these control surfaces? Or will it even visually show me? That's something else we have to do. Alright, it's F. So, oh, alright. I wanted a toggle button. That'll be far enough. Yeah, I wanted oh, okay. I wanted a toggle button, not a oh, the wind, I guess, also has thing. Yeah, I wanted a toggle button, not a push button. Anyhow. Oh, the wind's probably what's doing it, to be real. But how fun is this? We're doing loops. This is incredible. Oh, we should stick one of these things to a train. That would really put some kick in. Oh, no, actually, it would fly off the rails. Wow, that was fast. That expended its fuel much faster than last time. Maybe it just got too damaged to actually go any further. Let's check, though. Did it run out of fuel? Because that took... that was fast. That was real fast compared to last time. Yeah, now, besides changing this thing to a toggle button, so I want to toggle the existence of this thing. Not just like, as long as I can reach the button, it's fine. Now I gotta just make something where I can control all 4 inputs that I would assume I'd have on the rocket, or this thing. Actually, I'm assuming it's going to be the same on all these, so I'm going to do a small one so that hopefully it's a little easier to see. Also, they got the liquid fueled rockets here. Just one, these are Bellship, just want to make sure. We got hydrogen and okay, so these are explicitly at least this, that's the small one. Gosh. Are these things going to be all explicitly hydrolox, or are they going to have like Carolox, Methalox rockets? Get out of my face. Okay. Okay, these I think are all going to be hydrolox based. Yeah. Okay. All these rockets are hydrolox, which is interesting because hydrogen is one of the least good fuels to use for rockets. I mean, it's high efficiency, but it's also a pain to deal with because it's so light and it's, you know, it's 1 proton. So it's going to be able to like go through like almost everything. Or go through almost all the cracks. But yeah, we'll mess with these things later when we go to do stuff. First of all, I need to mess with this. So actually, I'm going to need to go to a new microcontroller. It's going to have to be at least this big. I'm going to need 5 nodes. Thought I increased the size. All right, there we go. These are all going to have to be number, composite. And we're going to name these 1, 2, 3, 4, out. And instead of this boilerplate description, we're just going to delete it. Because they don't need a description. Alright, then we go to logic. Separate all these things out, and they are in the reverse order, which is fine, I guess. I'm going to flip them just the same because, duh. Oh, by the way, actually, here's something. The logic editor in my game if you've ever used that, which I doubt you have, but please check it out. The link is in the description if you want to check my game out. It's loosely based off the logic editor, this logic editor, to be specific, in how things are. Like, you can drag stuff from point to point, and I will probably end up adding number logic at some point to my game. Anyhow, we need the composite right element here, and we're gonna channel count 4. Start channel is 1. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's all we want. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 different composite. How do you? Okay, center click. That's how. And those others. Okay, simple pass through. Simple pass through. So for num2 comp, I'm not going to even do a thing. All right, save this new for num2 comp. All right, and we're going to then search for num2 composite. That's going to need a little bit of power. Skill composite. That's gonna go for. We're gonna put 4 throttles in. We're gonna set this as 1, 2. These are definitely not in the worst order possible, right? 3, 4, and gonna have to set these all to be -1 to 1, because I feel like, mind you, I have literally no idea if this is correct, but I feel like this is what's going to be happening. Or this is how this is gonna work. Each one of these is gonna be a -1 to 1, and each one is going to do a form. At least I think this is, because it just says a composite input that controls like the freaking flaps on these things. It's not there. Oh, I need to kind of add power to these things, don't I? So yeah, if I go read this again, it's just like composite data for the control surfaces. What channels does it use? I'm guessing just 1, 2, 3, 4, since there are 4 control surfaces, and I guess the rotation of the control surfaces. But it could be -1 to 1 for the rotation, or it could be negative pi to positive pi. It could be 0 to 360. There's basically anything that the inputs could be. Anyhow, okay, well, it does look like, okay, that's channel 1. Oh, wait, hang on. Crap's moving here. Oh, ooh, here's something. Zeroing these things is kind of a pain, now that I think about it. There you go. That was moving multiple. I did not expect that. Thought we could connect these to the 4 axes on a seat pretty well. Maybe I should have used the big one. How the hell am I supposed to quantify this? Okay, so that's channel 2. Okay, channel 3. Channel 3 does nothing. Oh, I think I might know what's going on here. Okay. So I think I know what's going on. So these are basic, okay, because these are, mind you, these fins are like 45 degrees. So this, one of these levers represents the X, or one of these throttles represents the X axis, one of them represents the Y axis. And if I push this one up, okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna change this. So, okay, it's only 2 channels for each axis, I guess. So we can get rid of these things. We will increase the range from like -10 to +10 just to see what kind of result we get from the increased range of motion of that. Because again, no idea what the inputs are. They could be 0 to 1, like we just saw, or they could be basically anything. The game just doesn't straight up tell me. Or it could just go not past 1. So, oh, they go past 1. Oh. What is the maximum? Because 10 looks like about 45-ish degrees. Anyhow, this makes it much more possible to tell what's going on. Yeah, okay. And then if I do this one. Okay, it is a little bit additive. I still don't know what the heck these inputs are going to be, but there's a little bit of trig in here that I can see. So, this is currently in that... Pointing here is not going to... Pointing for the webcam is not going to work, but it's kind of like... So it's like that direction. But yeah, this is currently going solely in that direction, which... If I'm assuming this is the z-axis. Right? So actually, hold up. Let me... Okay, so I think I know what's going on. Yeah, this makes sense. But there's a little bit of like trig type stuff going on here, I think. Because they are additive, so... Okay, so this is at 0. If I fling this up... Let me think about how this works. So I think that positive that is this direction. And then if I basically zero this out, positive that is that direction. No, wait, that direction. All right, so my perspective's a little clunky here. So that makes sense. So each one of them is theoretically controlling what the value on a specific axis would be. So if we wanted to say move, I'm trying to point out my screen as if you guys can see it. So if we wanted to say move in this direction, here, we would need each of these to be at about equal, like this. So, okay, so to think of this, and okay, I'm gonna write a new controller for this because I have a much better idea of what's going on here now. All right, so we don't need nearly as many inputs, only just 1 and 2, which we're gonna return. I have caps lock on apparently. Angle and magnitude is what they're going to be called. And, well, okay. Well, these connections are not what I need now. So what I need is... Do they have trig functions in this game? No, they don't. Crap. I was going to start... Oh, wait, no. They do have the function block, though. 3D function. Ooh, that's weird. Clamp. They have arithmetic, logic, control, property, control, logic. I know you can do Lua scripting, but I don't know how to do Lua scripting. Push to toggle, that's interesting. Wow, that's a large function. Modulo, a PID controller, equals, composite, properties. Okay, simple f of x. Boolean logic, that's interesting. Pulse. Timers. Interesting. A bunch of stuff, composite property, and some audio switch. Okay, let's use the f of x. Let's use this. Can I... Oh, trig, which is in radians, which makes sense. I'm going to convert it to... Okay, so we do have trig functions available to us. But, wow. They just say, okay, if you want to convert from degrees to radians, here's how you do it. I think I'm just going to make... Yeah, I'm going to make a... Actually, I kind of have to. So, separate block for the sine of x times 180 divided by pi. So that is going to be the y-axis, and then we just get the cosine of x times 180 divided by pi. I'm doing math on stream here, guys. All right. So x I'm thinking is going to be channel 1. I'm not entirely sure. about it. Okay, so we pass both of these angles here. We get the sine of the angle and the cosine of the angle. This is going to be a numerical input. That is not what I want to go. I want to go here. In degrees. So, alright, so that's the angle in degrees. Now the magnitude is going to be a simple multiplication. Simple multiplication operation between the magnitude input and the function value to result in the value that we're going to set each angle to. Yes, update this microcontroller. And then this is going to be 0 to 360 degrees. And this is going to be 0 to 100. Because I don't know what the maximum magnitude is going to be. Why does it spawn me behind the workbench as well? That's also something. Why? Alright, so first thing I'll test is what's like the maximum magnitude. So 0 degrees should just be like that way right now, I believe. So yeah, because that one's okay. So this is the max, like 45 degrees on each of these is kind of like the max it can do. It's obviously not 1, so 3, 5, keeps going up, 6, 10. Okay, 10 is the max. Alright, let's quickly change that. So 10 is the max. So I had it right last time. Interesting. Why is it 0 to 10? That is like the randomest of random ranges. 0 to 1 would work perfectly fine, but no, 0 to 10. Which technically makes your numbers less precise, as 10 is not a base 2 number. So the floating point values are going to be a bit less precise than if you just did 0 to 1, which would be a bit more precise in terms of floating point. But anyhow, yes. So this controls now how tilted they are. And then, so this lever now controls how tilted they are. And this, okay, well, I did not do that calculation correctly, evidently, because it should not be going this fast. Okay, I did something incorrect on that math there. Let's go, yes. It's gonna change its name here. Vector or comp vector 1. I guess. Component vector 1 is what that's going to be. And we'll also physically shrink this back down to that. Alright, so what did I do wrong here? So it says conversions. Oh, degree is pi divided by what? God damn it. Okay, so I accidentally doubled the effectively radians. That's not how it works, but I don't really care. Clearly I got it wrong though. I thought that was a little weird. I wasn't thinking straight. Clearly. Yes, update this. And spawn in. Alright, so now that should be less dumb with the angle that it chooses. I know this isn't particularly productive for making this rocket fly straight. But it's just a thing I want to check to, confirm my hypothesis. Alright, so point towards 0, which I believe is that direction. And then, as we change this angle, I should turn down the sensitivity here. Yeah, hold on. Let's do this. Again, also, I just like to point out again that fin influence. I wonder what that does. Sensitivity down to like 35% there. Oh yeah, you know what? I just thought of something. Go ahead and give the stream a like. Why don't you do that? Because that'll help it out. In the algorithm. Because I think that would be cool, Also, just generally good for the channel. For some reason, my phone, which I'm monitoring the stream on, keeps defaulting the quality to 144p, which is great. But yeah, give the stream a like if you're here. It'll help out the algorithm. It'll also help out my phone not getting a low battery. Plug in, you doof. Alright. There we go. Alright, so once again, we increase the magnitude. Actually, let's only increase it to like 6. And then we slowly... Yeah. 360 is back where we started. But if I wanted to go... Let's go to 90 degrees. Alright. 90 degrees is clockwise, damn it. Yeah, that's the thing. These axes seem to be a bit inverted for what I was expecting. I was quite honestly expecting counterclockwise rotation like you'd find in the unit circle. But yeah, this is clearly rotating clockwise. And that's great. I mean, that does kind of jive, I guess, with some stuff. But that is kind of annoying. Anyhow, let's see what sensors I can then use. Okay, so from what I can gather, the inputs for the, whatever the heck this thing is called, I don't remember what, the fins, in the composite signal are channels 1 and 2. They could have definitely had 2 separate number inputs from this and describe them a bit more in detail. The inputs go from about -10 to 10, I want to say. And... they represent the influence in the X and Z equivalent axes. So, this way and this way, despite the fact that the fins are, 45 degrees to the actual axes. And I'm going to now build something that hopefully will keep this thing straight just using these fins. Just go down and look at the sensors. Propulsion, blah, 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 blah. Specialist equipment, it's not there either. Logic, a bit past. Displays. Sensors. Altitude, speed. Angular speed. Astronomy. What the heck does that do? And so that provides raw space navigation data. Outputs relative position data based off the optimal target trajectory between the Earth and the Moon. That's super subjective, but okay, I guess there's nowhere else to go in space in this game right now. The compass is contact. Oh, this is like a bump switch, effectively. Or limit switch, I guess is what it would be. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading stuff here. Distance, gas meter. Okay. GPS. X and Y world coordinates, humidity, impact, sudden changes in velocity, more distance, a bunch of laser stuff. Lasers are cool. Linear speed, liquid meter, microphone. Why is that there? Physics sensor. Okay, interesting. A player sensor, those are interesting. Right, they have reaction wheels. Not too useful on the Earth. Oh, they also have satellite dishes. That's cool. Radar for a missile. Radar for phalanx, whatever the heck that is. Something to detect radar. Radiation detector. Rain. Bunch of sonar stuff. They have a deprecated sonar sensor. Interesting. Tilt sensor, this is what I'm looking for. Yeah. What does this thing do? Oh, okay, so that's just mission-based stuff. Alright. A sensor that measures how much it has tilted relative to the horizon. The measurements will be expressed in terms of turns, with an output ranging from negative quarter of a turn to a quarter of a turn. So I'll have 0 points straight towards the horizon. Wait, why is it max out at like a quarter of a turn? Anyhow, seems pretty simple. Simply install 2 of these. And then we need a new microcontroller to control this thing. So, okay, each one of these is going to be... We'll even see if these work. Each one of these is going to be 0.25 to negative a quarter to 1 quarter, which is a range. And we need to translate that, so multiply that by about 40, I think, to get that from the 0 to 10 in each direction. And then the amount of tilt in that direction will just directly control the fins in that direction. So I believe this direction is the X direction, this direction... I'm porting like you can see it. You can't. This way is X, this way is Z, I believe, in the world. Or according to the thing. So we'll do based on that. Okay, so microcontroller. New microcontroller. Yes. Want this to be a 1x3. And also I don't like how they don't allow you to overlap nodes. So okay, we got number composite. I don't like how they don't allow you to like overlap a number and a composite node. Like you do that all the time with your components, and like they're not going to be visible at the same time. So what's the problem? X direction. See, Y direction. Output to the rocket fins. Tilt for the X direction 0. Minus 0.25 to 0.25. I should call this Z, not Y. And we'll just change that to Z there. All right. Here we go. Boop, boop. X and Z. And we're simply going to do a multiplication on both of these by a constant number. And then we're gonna composite write the numbers. For X channel 1, Z channel 2. And so we're going to doot. This should be about 40, which should make the output value from 0 or negative 10 to 10, I believe, if I've done that right. Let's... Although I'm going to bring up the calculator, which shouldn't have anything bad on it. Yeah, okay. Perfect, I did math correctly. Good. All right, 10. So yeah, multiply by 40, we should get negative 10 to 10 in stuff. The farther it's tilted, the stronger the is. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be backwards on the values for this, so we're going to get a feedback loop. That'll be fun. So okay. Let's draw a bit of a rocket here, which is kind of just going to look like a Minecraft sword. This actually just looks like a Minecraft sword with the pixel art. Whoops. So it's gonna be like that. Still kind of looks like a Minecraft sword. So I don't know. Let's just name this. Let's see, rocket tilt Control V1. Control the pins on a rocket. We're gonna save this as rocket kill control 1. That is definitely how I spelled it the first time. And then hopefully, in theory, then it should not matter. I say in theory. There it is. Okay, it should not matter that this is going to be a little offside. So it should now be able to compensate as it tilts. Feedback loops are great, guys. I don't know if PID things work the same way in Stormworks as they would in the mod pack from Scrap Mechanic. Because if they did, I would probably want to use a PID block to actually be, or PID logic thing to actually be controlling the sensors. But I don't think they work the same in Stormworks as they do in Scrap Mechanic, so I don't know how the hell they work. Alright, now let's test this. Put some effort into this thing. If this just like suddenly veers off course, well then I did it backwards and I have to invert the, or move the input values around. It'd be difficult to figure out which axis specifically, so I probably should have it like display, or I should probably put like some displays, but this is a simple rocket. For the simple man. And this is not connected. Don't want to accidentally ding something on the way out, because that could be an issue. And that is certain death bug. Why did they spawn me behind the workbench? Terrible. Anyhow. Once again, climbing up this very safe tower. I probably could have done a ladder. If I had been thinking, I would have just made a ladder up. Still wouldn't want to put wheels on this thing, so I could just like had it do this. Alright, that's enough space for sure. Let's go. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's trying to steer. Like, we're going up. It's not working too well, but we're going up. We weren't going up before. Oh. I mean, orbiting is going sideways very fast. You just kind of gotta go straight sideways, not like in a circle. Okay, at least one of these things is inverted, so I probably should have done some more robust testing on, okay, is this going to be altering it in the right direction? This is still cool, though. Also, yeah, this is lasting a lot longer than it did last time. Oh, there it is. Now it's done. Where am I gonna land? Am I even... Oh, I'm there. Where are we gonna land? That's the new question. Where are we gonna land with this thing? We actually did get up high. We just did not go straight, like, at all. Which is the thing. I mean, yeah, I know... I know to get into orbit, I gotta go, like arcing. I gotta, like, arc upwards, like, start going straight up, but then eventually turn. But I don't know when I need to start doing that. For now, I'm just going to start going straight up and hopefully make it to the moon. Because, yeah, how hard could it be? It's not rocket science or anything. So anyhow, how's life going? Let's see if there's anyone actually watching this stream. No one's watching the stream right now. Great. No one's seeing me fall to my death. Cool. Ugh. This is quite slow and boring. Hello? Thank you, chat. You can go away. There he goes. Okay. It is currently pitching in the right direction, seems like, for that one. Oh wait, we're drifting like we're drifting like that way. That way. We're drifting like into this mountain. That's interesting. Control surfaces are doing something. There it is. Alright, where did we land? These winds are also kind of annoying. Wow, we actually went quite far there. Let's... Alright, vehicles back at the launch pad. I actually don't know what went wrong, because I don't know which direction it was trying to go in, and, yeah, it kind of went straight, but it did keep... So, the directions may be a little bit flubbed. I need to do actual tests for, like, what the tilt sensors are going to be thinking. So, that's what I guess we're going to do now. Science, right? We should do some science to make sure that we understand what's going on here. So, probably want that. That. Come on, go up. Thank you. And we're gonna need a place down digital displays and throttle. Well, actually, hold up. That is... I guess it doesn't technically matter, but that was totally the wrong direction. Alright. First of all, start with... Alright, so... Well, this one goes there, and this one goes there in terms of their tilts. And I guess that and that can be connected like that. Alright, let's see how this works. I just kind of hate that this is so far away from the workbench. I have to run all the way in here to be able to just view or just check out what's going to happen here. Alright, so... Oh. And then if I notice that I really should make this thing go to -1, instead of 1, I have to reset it, and then I have to run all the way back once again, once I spawn it in. And man, I spawned behind the workbench facing the thing. So, you see my predicament here? Alright. Of course, that would be like the opposite of the direction that I want it to go, but I should have moved this thing up a bit. But yeah, if I oh, this one's hooked up correctly. So, actually, I didn't really think about how this works, but yeah. So yeah, a tilt of like this, I gotta reverse this for the camera so this makes sense. So a tilt of like this way is negative, and then like this way is positive. I mean, you can see what's going on here. Okay, 0.25 is like actually like horizontal compared. What is this range? What is this range, guys? And of course, both of them together can cause issues if they're both like way out of whack like this. But if I go back this one, yeah, basically at 0 there, then it really only matters in one axis. And hopefully we keep it straight enough where it doesn't matter. But it clearly will matter at some point. Okay, so now I gotta think of what that's gonna do up there. Because positive x was that direction, right? Yeah, the direction I'm facing is positive x, right? Or positive for the x-axis. So that would be... So x is absolutely reversed then, because... Wait. No, wait, is x reversed? Because if... Well, so if it tilts this... so if it tilts like that... Yeah, if it tilts like... I guess my... Hello. I guess myself in there. I guess my camera is mirrored for me, so I have to like figure out what am I doing. Yeah, if this thing is rotated in this sort of angle, then we're getting a negative input, which means that the ship is going to have its flaps pointed that way. Which means that it would turn like that. Well, no, negative means that things are going this way, which means it would turn like that, which if it was facing like this, that would be correct. Okay, so x-axis is actually correctly configured there. Let's see if z is properly configured. Oh, I want to go to 0. Because it could just be that I'm entirely inadequate to actually do this. Or that my idea is totally inadequate. So if we go Alright. This is negative for the z-axis. So when the z-axis is positive, it would be facing this direction, which would be like this. I'm making weird shapes with my hands. It's great. So if z-axis is positive, it's like that. If it's negative, it's like that. It's facing this way. Okay. Should be correct, actually. What I've done should, in theory, be correct. But given how extreme this tilt is, the fact this is only 11... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just edit this microcontroller here. And increase and double this. So the maximum value is still the maximum value. It'll still only respond to like 10. But this should make it so it's more extreme adjustments, right? Because the angle sensor is not very accurate. Let's save this. Direct tilt control 1. Spawn this in. I also just thought I'm going to... No, I want all the decimals. As many decimals as you can possibly give me. Because this thing does it right. This thing at least gives just a solid decimal number. Too bad it's 0.25 as the maximum as far as decimals is concerned. Okay, it does give like everything in between. So increasing the actuation point would probably be fine, because like if it's tilted like this is extremely bad. We want this to like the rocket to respond to this. But that's like 0.01. Bad, but like, but yeah, there needs to be just a more extreme thing. So we've doubled, I guess, the sensitivity to tilt. To be fair, we were already multiplying it by 40. Well, that stinks. Let's just do this, because that's going to be faster teleport there. Yeah, so far we've had a very great and successful rocket launch. Rocket launch could be here. Like, hey, at least we've gotten off the ground, right? That's more than... I was gonna say that's more than Blue Origin could say, but yeah, they have actually gotten off the ground. Just not into orbit. Hopefully we can do what Blue Origin hasn't done in over 20 years of existence. Oh. Okay, like, it is attempting to control itself here. These flaps look like they're pointing up in that side. Yeah, okay. It does look like it is attempting to point itself up. It's just not doing a good job, like, at all. It's like now entirely sideways. There's no thrust vectoring here either. Oh, did I just freeze a sec there? I don't know. Oh, we are... Whoa, okay, we're helixing. The radius is getting tighter. Okay, hello. How's the stream quality doing? Oh, and we're out of fuel. Now where are we gonna go? This thing still like wants to go, or wants to try to orientate itself upright according to going up. Perhaps we did too much adjustment there. Because it started like overcorrecting. See, this is where PID would come in. At least as far as how I know. Is the wind just like blowing us? The wind might just be blowing us. We are quite light at this point, I guess. Yeah, as far as I know from how it works in Scrap Mechanic, what PID effectively does, and I don't even know how it does it, I kind of use it as like AI or something like that, is it attempts to get the input value to match an expected value using an output value, and it tries to like anticipate changes over time in that input and output value, or in that input value, you know, based off of its like memory of what's happened, so that like over the short term and long term it could try to like preemptively change its output to try to, you know, counteract the differing input. Okay, while this goes to the ground, I'm gonna get myself some more water here. So I will be right back. Water. Fresh from the tap, which, I mean, it's not terrible here. It is definitely much better where I generally live, though. Ooh, there's a fire. That's new. Why is there a fire? Oh, there's also a tornado or something. Are there tornadoes in this game? Well, there's a tsunami, which I absolutely hate. There's no disable disasters. I want a disable disasters button in Stormworks, because they're just kind of annoying. There are tornadoes. Also, where the hell is the siren? Oh my god. Okay, this is probably a year-old thing, but I did not know there were... What is this animal? Is this a buffalo? A bison? What is it? It's not solid, whatever it is. Huh. I can't exactly look at the camera. Okay, well... anyhow, there's wild animals. I did not expect that. Where did we land? We landed somewhere. Ah, here. This is where we landed. Interesting. Just take this back to the workbench. And the stupid sirens are still going. So let's, instead of increasing the sensitivity, let's try to... I mean, there is the fin influence. It could have basically none. But let's try decreasing. Let's try putting like half influence on this, because maybe it was too much and it overcorrected. If not, maybe I will go, if this doesn't work, I will, I don't know, I'll just, you know, kind of ditch my implementation there and attempt to figure out the PID block and just use that, if possible, because maybe it doesn't do what I thought it is. Okay. Because these guys just shut up. There's nothing going on anymore. Unless it's like one of these. But still, can you get... This is a very annoying sound to hear twice in my ear. Because I don't know why. I'm hearing two separate sirens. Look, the nukes aren't coming, guys. Come on, it's fine. This is just a civilian rocket project. For space and exploration! That is worse. Much, much worse. Well, it's gotten itself into this spiral pattern. There's that. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like it has the ability to get itself upright. Maybe the fin should be on the bottom. Just thinking about it. Maybe they should be on the bottom. We're going to try to make it work. Oh, good. The siren finally stopped. And then it just snaps to this direction once it stops spinning. Which, I mean, I get that kind of makes sense because it's no longer being accelerated in a circle. But still. We're going to land maybe nearby, though, this time. So, okay. So, too much... force. Oh, no, it's still going. Okay. So too much directionality wasn't the answer, and too little more direction or more force in each direction was an answer, and less force in each direction was not the answer. A variable force in each direction is probably the answer, to be fair. So that's what we're hopefully going to try to do with the PID block. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to get to orbit with just a solid rocket booster. I want to try, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I should have tried liquid field, but liquid field I'm going to have to get tanks for oxygen and hydrogen and mixture ratios, maybe. I don't know. Alright. This thing stops really quickly. It must be very frictionless. Is that a word, frictionless? Alright, let's see. I know the PID inside of the microcontroller is different than the physical block. PID controller or PID controller advanced. Or proportional integral derivative. Interesting. I still don't know what this, so it's the set point, the process value, whether or not to activate it, and the control output. That's for the basic one. So the integral and derivative. Oh, I kind of see. So if it takes like the inputting over time, it gets the integral of that and the derivative of that. I guess you could kind of see, and you proportionalize them to each other, whatever. You could kind of see changes that are coming based off of what the feedback value is. We'll see if these actually end up doing anything, because this is the advanced one. A PID controller with variable proportional, integral, and derivative gains. Which I think is just like the magnitude of each different thing. Do you want it to be more proportional, more integral, or more derivative? I don't know how proportional this is going to get, but I think that we're going to try the basic one to start with. And we're going to do this for each axis, as it could be theoretically different for each axis. So get this shit out of here. Oh, you can just... Oh, that's variable. Okay, you can specify the P, the I, and the D. Wait, will this thing output something between like 0 and 1? Actually, I should like multiply the output by 10. And then I should also be able to visualize the output. So I'll maybe add displays. And we'll replace this constant number there. So I think I'm still going to end up having multiplication. Oh, we're going to need another constant number, I realize. So the set point and the process value. So we're going to set the set point to 0. The process value is going to be the input. These things are going to be basically always active. And then we'll multiply the output that they give us by 10 to give us our output. I hope this works, because the PID block in Scrap Mechanic is easy to use and kind of overpowered for these purposes. I honestly kind of treat it a little bit like machine learning. Because in a way it kind of is. Like in existence machine learning. Oh, yes. Modified the crap out of that. Oh, I think I spawned... Hey, I spawned on the correct side of the workbench this time. Yay! Oh, I didn't put... Oh, well, I don't really have a way to monitor it anyway. Not an easy way to monitor it at the moment. We'll see if it works. If it just works, then... If not... But hey. Let's see. This particular part of the stream has been live for basically 1 hour 45 minutes. Which is pretty good. I haven't done anything particularly useful in the time, although I honestly have no idea what I was expecting. This is a... Alright, will this thing actually adjust its angle at all? Let's find out. So he's just slowly floating over the hangar. That did not work well at all. Oh, I did set all. I didn't set the values. Okay. I just realized I didn't actually modify any of the PI or D values. And I don't know what the values mean because Stormworks, it doesn't explain them. Because the P. Okay, let's set these to like 3 for each of these. I don't know what this does, but this will hopefully do whatever the heck it's gonna do better. This is also so fast. A gain of 3 on them. Alright, this is also just gonna happen so fast that it may not even matter what these things even think to do, because it might not matter. So I might want to just like I might want to do a numerical switching thing where when you initially set it off, it'll initially start direct driving it and then switch to the PID after a second, because the PID may know what's gonna happen. Oh wait, I just clicked the microcontroller button. Ah, dang it. And it didn't actually... I pressed the wrong button. Anyhow, let's actually set the PI and D values. 0, I don't think that's a good default value. I don't know. I probably, to be fair, okay, and also just for your information, I probably won't be doing another Stormworks stream in a while. Because this is mostly just me trying to play around this DLC. Actually, but what we'll probably do is if I don't get to space myself at the end, towards the end of the stream, we'll just get something off the workshop, and then just use that to get to space and say that we were successful. Because I don't know, this is harder than I was initially thinking it was going to be. Because I wasn't, I guess, expecting. I think it's the wind that's kind of playing against us. I wasn't expecting the wind to have this big of an impact. Take number 1177. So I think what happened there is that the controller made it the PID's controllers made things much, much worse. Actually, let's just reset this. Can I reset this? No, I have to go into the map to reset it. And not teleport, please. Yeah, so I might want to have, for like a brief moment after launch, I might want to more direct drive these things. Because yeah, they are standing still, because I guess the target value is at this point reached. This thing is a small size. This is gonna be annoying. I'm gonna have to like increase the width here to add a launched value to this, which will variable input timer outputs an on signal when the timer reaches its duration. The timer will reset when off. What? Okay. Seems like what I want. Oh, actually, it says it'll output an on. Alright, so its duration in, I imagine, seconds. So we're going to just constant numerical signal. We'll say 1 second. It's a 1 second delay. Switch. We're going to need 2 of these. So, making things more complicated, because that's what I'm doing. To the on value, we're going to put the PID values are going to be based off the on value. The off value is just going to be based off the plain multiply it by Oh, we're gonna need a second multiplier. Multiply it by 40 or 80 even. So we'll set this here to 80 because the PID controllers aren't experiencing anything, and then all of a sudden they're experiencing everything. Because, you know, it is rather sudden, the launch and catastrophic failure aspect. Like, in real life, this would actually probably rip itself apart, like, almost immediately. Just the sheer amount of force that this thing's outputting. Probably did not need to go with this stupidly large version. Probably could have gone with the small one, but I wanted, like, large, because large is fun. Alright, let's update this. Well, that's unfortunate. That just completely deleted the sensor next to it. It's not the direction I was hoping that it would expand into. What? Is that not... That is not in the right position. Wow, that is much bigger than this thing as well. Alright, and then we cut this, paste it there, merge these things back together. What? There it is. Okay, and then we need to re-grab this tilt sensor, because that got deleted, as well as these blocks. That's still there, but now we need to connect the launched button, or the launch button up to there. All right, so now, 1 second after launch, the PID controller should take over. But before that, it's just going to be direct proportional drive, because that did seem to work a little bit at first, and then it just kind of got out of hand, and it just couldn't handle it because feedback loops was too strong. Actually, you could press buttons when you're in a seat in Stormworks. I forget that because other games you can't do that. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay, 1 second in, and well, that's impressive. But that's not. Oh. So I'm just looking at this stream, and it was incredibly low frame rate. Or at least my phone's getting an incredibly low frame rate. I don't think OBS is putting out a terrible frame rate here. I think it's just my phone. So hold up, I need to reload this stream right now on my phone so I can continue to monitor it. And oh yeah. So yeah, I think it was my phone just being extremely low frame rate. But yeah, that did not help. Let's try that again. Actually, no, let's not try that again. What I want to do is I want to get a light. Like just a simple light. Well, actually, first of all, a 1 second delay, and then a light, full light, because otherwise I won't see shit. And then that's going to be from there into that. Delay to 1.0 seconds, and then we just connect that electrically to that. All right, let's try this. Yes. And I fell. I wasn't paying attention, to be fair. But yeah, maybe handrails would have been a good idea. But that would have also taken a lot longer. So away that goes. Alright, and let's see actually if the light comes on and then we immediately start having problems. As we might. I also don't know what values the PID controller is outputting, so that'll be interesting to see. Alright, anyway, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible before, but it jammed us into the ground. And it's on fire. Let's see what happens if I turn, because we are now not balanced. No, one direction, whatever. We just override weather. No wind. No more wind. At all, ever, anywhere. If we look at the wind map, wow, but like wow, that's a lot of wind. I hopefully have turned the wind off. We'll see if this helps. I don't think it will. Also, our sad reality here is that the best that we've ever done. Maybe I'll try shrinking the PID values. I'm still hearing the wind going. Going exactly 0 degrees. There should be like no wind though, because I'm overriding the weather. I don't know if weather override really does much anymore. Anyhow, let's try this again with no more wind. Okay, yeah, like this, the moment the PID takes over, it just like nosedives into the ground. This is kind of annoying for how the follow camera is working. Alright, well, still haven't gotten to space. I'm beginning to think this design is flawed. I'll try reducing all the PID values to exactly 1. See if that helps or hinders, or maybe does literally nothing. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I could just try making a really, really big and heavy rocket. And they use a solid rocket booster and hopefully it wouldn't like get too off balance. Maybe it'd also go a lot slower. Actually, so what I'll do here is if this doesn't work, I guess I'll save this as a failure. And then I'll just start making a liquid fueled rocket. Because, I don't know, that's probably going to be more fun than trying and failing with this thing. Back you go. And up I go. Yeah, the PID controller just immediately makes it worse. Alright, let's scrap this. Oh, hey, I was close enough to reset it. Oh, scrap, I mean, save this as Bad Rocket 1. And start a brand new vehicle that centers, instead of around solid rocket boosters, I wonder why the large one is the medium-sized logo. Anyhow, this behemoth of a thing. What kind of, actually, let me read the description. A liquid-fueled engine filled with liquid oxygen and hydrogen. They all have the same thing. So, you have a throttle. They have gimbal X and Z, so we can use these engines specifically to also gimbal, which is, or to, you know, steer, which is nice. It looks like they have like a major axis in which they can move, and then a minor axis in which they can move, which is interesting. Anyhow. Oh, I can't do multi-axis symmetry at once. Boo! Anyhow, what we're gonna do is we're then gonna go like 8 blocks there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks there. We're going to get the extremely large rocket engine, place 4 of those in. We're going to move this thing down because this is ridiculous. Really high. And, great. I'm saying great because, yeah, some of the inputs are currently covered by, there we go, covered by that platform a little bit. So, right, this thing now can just sit on its own here. So my initial plan here is just, I guess, put a seat on the bottom center of this thing, but make this thing like decently tall, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we've been streaming for 2 hours here. Pretty good. All right, and then I will, I don't know, just build up a bit of wall here. And maybe I'll actually put a bit of effort into a nose cone of sorts. Because this is going to be the size. This is a very basic rocket, I think. I don't know, it's using like the largest engine because, yeah! I know I should be I probably should just try using a small engine, but you know, I want to have that extra thrust. This thing is probably gonna friggin' guzzle the fuel that I'm gonna give it as is. Alright, so we'll put the pilot seat in the center here. But unfortunately, I'm doing this because it has a solid bottom. Like I will, fortunately, this may cause like off balancing. Oh. Well, let's go to the paint tool quickly. Let's paint the area around where I'm going to do this orange. Yeah, and then put a temporary floor in there so I can just plunk that guy in. There you go. Now there's a nice little, that's where your seat is, bud. What the hell? I didn't do that. The game made me do that. A bit of headroom there. But now, yeah, this block here is the centralized block. So if I'm just by the way, what I'm doing right now is I'm marking out a center, which really wants me to drag stuff out into a 3D box. Marking out a center so that I can tell whether or not my center of mass, aka this little purple thing, is actually centered. And it looks like it is, which is good. Alright, so now I presume I just gotta get like tanks. Right, gas tanks. Wait. They don't take liquid propellants, do they? Because I don't think we have a liquid hydrogen and a liquid diesel jet fuel. Sorry. Yeah, no. Seawater, freshwater. I don't think we have liquid propellants. So we have to do gas propellants. So now I could just stick a bunch of these things inside. This is clearly meant to go on top of a smaller rocket. I don't think there's going to be any tooltips about like air, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen. Here's the thing. I'm presuming that I'm going to need, yeah, it just has an output. All right, no inputs. No. And then this is what the small one looks like. Alright. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to turn this thing into 2 gigantic tanks. Hydrogen is significantly less dense than oxygen. And I presume it's probably going to go down a bit faster too. Oh yeah, I'm going to be trapped inside of this rocket once I get in. Because I'm not making a way out. So we're just going to be like, okay, right here. Gonna... do that. And then... gonna make a bit of a hole in the center here, because this is where all like the pipes are gonna come down from the upper tank, which is going to exist like right here. All right, so this here, so the bottom tank is going to be the oxygen tank and the upper tank is going to be the hydrogen tank. That's the way I see it. And then this is purely going to be, I mean, we don't necessarily need that anymore. All right. Actually, let me just quickly pull a slice into the side of this here. Because I think this is going to be quite large of a tank for oxygen. Is that going to be? I'll just make this thing taller. Alright, that's what I'll do. I'll make this thing a little bit taller to be like this. This is ridiculous. I don't even know if I'm going to get off the ground with this. Actually, I think this is a better height for it. I do kind of hate sometimes how Stormworks deals with the dragging, because it'll be like, oh, you want to be in that direction? No, I wanted to go vertically. Oh, you wanted to no. Oh, that time worked well. And we'll say like right here. All right, so that is the hydrogen tank. That is the oxygen tank. Hopefully those are good proportions, because I know hydrogen is a lot, IRL at least. Stormworks, it could be anything, but IRL hydrogen is a lot less dense than oxygen, especially in gas form. So you're gonna need a much, much larger hydrogen tank. Gas meter. How do I gas relief valve? Wait, how do I just wait? Do I have to use these things? Can I not just hold on? Can I not just like fluid spawner it? Do I have to diesel? Oh. Wait, can I not create my own custom tanks for hydrogen and oxygen? Do I have to rely on these stupid tanks? Okay, I think I have to rely on these stupid tanks because I don't otherwise see a way to specify, hey, fill this with hydrogen or oxygen. Oh, let's see. We got oxygen mask. Searching gas, we have the gas relief valve, a bunch of gas tanks. I know that there is a... yeah, there's the hydrogen electrolyzer, a machine that separates water into hydrogen and oxygen, submerge the electrodes in a volume of water and provide electricity to separate fresh water. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. But I don't think I can just spawn in a massive volume. That seems like an oversight. Wait, this is a physics flood. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, so I will have to then just completely dismantle this interior here, because it is just going to be absolutely freaking stuffed with the prefab tanks because yay, Stormworks, woo. Remove that. So actually, first of all, we're gonna do the LOX. It's not liquid. The ox tanks in this situation, or the oxygen tanks. Now, these are big. They can fit like 2 of them in here, or that wise. Oh man, just looking at these, I'm thinking that if I wanted this thing to be perfectly balanced as all things should be. I chose a really bad size for this by the looks of things. Because there's just like 1 block. Ugh. 1 more block. That's all I would have needed. Hold on. If I get the large tank instead. So the large tank is significantly smaller. So, okay, what I'm going to do then is only use those if I need to absolutely get more. Yeah, so we're gonna get, I think 9 per side of the oxygen tanks, and then we're just gonna fill as much of this with hydrogen as possible. Mind you, I haven't set literally any of this, so we're gonna put a 1 block gap. There's a hole in the wall. I will fix that in a moment. Actually, how much of this interior have we taken up? A fair amount. And I'm gonna have to connect these basically all together and then pipe them down to the engines. So huge. Yeah, okay, so what I'm thinking, I would want to request, okay. This is a ceiling that I can't actually move. All right. What I'm thinking I kind of going to want to do is I might want to like say, or put in a request to the Stormworks devs, like, hey guys, can we get like a gas spawner block that's like the fluid spawner? But, you know, fills the enclosed volume with a gas. And also, like, in addition to like fill level, has like a pressure. Well, okay, no. I guess it wouldn't have a fill level because you can't partially fill a thing with a gas. It would have a pressure slider. So instead of a fill level slider, it would have a pressure slider. So you could say how many, I don't know what the pressure unit in this game is, atmosphere, PSI, pascals if you want to be dumb. But yeah, something that allows you basically, like a slider that allows you to select how like pressurized you want the gas that you're filling with to be. That way, we could do stuff like make insanely large rockets with custom gas tanks without having to like build like an off-board electrolysis device to just first of all have to generate all of that fuel or hydrogen and oxygen and then be able to launch a rocket. This is annoyingly inverse pyramid. Is this what I want? No, that's not what I want. It looks like what I want because these things have the wrong, like, these things, they're just like in the wrong orientation. I want this wedge. I don't know why they haven't changed that stuff yet. It's been like that for a long time. It's confused me a lot. Like, how is that supposed to be the inverse wedge? It just looks like a wedge. Okay, so anyhow. Yeah, rocket's almost hopefully done here. Oh yeah, I gotta do all the piping on the inside, but you know, that's the fun part. Alright, the rocket is now semi-rounded corners. Alright. The pipes are like the first thing anyway. Let's start by just placing a singular straight pipe on every single one of the ports here. Wonder if we can do this with like out using pumps. Well, we can try that. Yeah, because we're then going to you know, mix these tanks together. Obviously they're not going. Oh god, I gotta go through and set all the tanks. Oh no, there aren't too many options for gases at the moment, but still. Alright, now I'm going to go... Ooh, you can't see colors when it's set. Alright, we'll start by setting this boundary layer here. Oxygen. Oxygen. Yeah, it still says fluid level there. Yeah, it should really just be pressure, because... I mean, I'm gonna be real with you right now. I mean, yeah, you can fill a tank all the way with a gas, but like, it's still a gas. It's going to always inhabit the entire space. So, yeah. Oxygen. 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 Alright. That's all the oxygen tanks. Now, for the a lot more hydrogen tank. Oh. Wait. Hydrogen is that, oh gosh. Have to click it 3 times. Good thing there's only like 3 per row. Okay, I can just stand here and do it. I don't know how I'm actually going to read out the values. I'm just going to assume that like all the tanks have the same value. So, okay, that's an issue, because like we can like do like a spatial gas meter, right? But I mean, obviously the tanks do have outputs for their current fill and pressure, probably. But I have to like basically have a thing that adds all these tanks up, which would take effort. You know, with this much hydrogen, you'd think I would be making a Zeppelin. With this just many hydrogen tanks. Also, I don't know stuff because they didn't really post too much information about, or just at least on Steam about the stuff. But I'd assume that, you know, they consume that hydrogen will need a larger volume just purely due to it being hydrogen. Alright, actually, so if I go into connections, pressure, content. Okay, the amount of gas in liters, okay. And the pressure. Alright. That's the thing, I'd also have to like show both values, like average tank pressure and total. Like I have some large microcontrollers for adding shit up, but I don't want to deal with that. So, alright. Okay, we'll... Okay, I honestly don't know how I'm actually going to do the thing to actually get the hydrogen down. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all the oxygen converge on a single pipe, which I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but that's what I'm doing. And then we're gonna just kind of do this. And this is gonna make it a lot more difficult to do the hydrogen within the same space, but that is a risk I'm willing to take. Oh, wait, I just realized I have no way of getting... This is now a closed system. I guess we'll just do that and figure it out. Yeah, now we're into the much more hydrogen. actually, we don't need that tank in there. We'll put this there so I can quickly switch over to this guy. Or place this guy in across the top here real quick. And then go back to, man, I just guessed what button to press there. That was great. There's an extra pipe block there. And that's that. All right, so now we go. Oh, and if you're wondering what this color coding is, I just decided that for all the pipes that are supposed to be carrying hydrogen, it's going to be orange, because, I don't know, hydrogen kind of flammable explosive. And oxygen is going to be blue, because oxygen, when it gets, you know, liquid or kind of solid, is kind of a bluish color. So, all right, and then once again, all the tanks get merged into one, or all these hydrogen lines will get merged into one single line, which will then get somehow split down below into 4 separate things. Actually, we're gonna have to split this anyway to, okay, I'll split this 4 times all the way up here. So they combine into one tank. This is about the center of mass here. Multi-stage rocket who? I know that just came out of nowhere, but I just thought about, oh yeah, this is just building one massive rocket. Multi-stage rockets are usually a lot more efficient for just transporting stuff, but I don't know how powerful this is going to be and how overkill this is also going to be. Alright, so these are just going to be the the pipes that are going to come down for the, let's see, hydrogen there, hydrogen there, actually, assuming it's the same, yeah, it's the same there, and just checking. Okay, so these are all hydrogen pipes. And hello, pipe, you gonna connect to this? We're gonna spawn this thing in and reload the build editor. That is weird. Oh, it didn't say, oh no, it did. I was working here. There we go. That was a weird bug. Hey, and I could, if I want to report that, I have a live stream of where I experienced that bug. Hey, it was at like, I don't know, 2 hours, 22 minutes when I experienced that bug with the pipes, I guess. You could say that. Because that is when it happened, roughly. I don't know. If the devs looked at it, they may cringe inwardly, being like, oh, what's this guy doing? He's building something that's incredibly stupid. And that was kind of the, and to be fair, that is kind of the point. Incredibly stupid. Alright, so now we need to go to oxygen, who we are going to remove this here. And does not want to let me drag that down. So we will then split this off in a manner similar to how the other one does it. And actually, as I said, we're gonna, I hope I said this before and didn't just think this. We're gonna try to do this as a pumpless solution. It's purely acceleration fed. In theory, that should be all you really need. You just like have all the gas. Well, I mean, I guess hydrogen would float up. But hopefully there's nothing else in the system, right? Let's make that go up to there. All right, I'm sorry I'm not just generally doing entertaining commentary right now. I am generally focused. I realized that like on Friday when I did the stream, I was like incredibly not focused. Okay, this is going to be a weight distribution issue for these pipes because these pipes have to go around each other because these engines on this side aren't like rotated. Actually, I could do the rotation. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I don't know why that block got removed there. So I'm going to... So they're all facing the same direction there. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Rotate it 180 degrees. So now it's pointing that way with its positive thrust vectoring. This may cause issues for me if I actually do want to use the gimbaling in a moment. But this is going to make the mass distribution on the inside so much easier to deal with because I won't have to have this. I won't have to make this side or the other side have an extra few bit of pipes to snake around that one pipe, or to snake so that pipes can snake around each other. Instead, I can just do it like this, where the oxygen is just straight up on the inside. Nope. Alright, so besides this, I should just be able to like attach a button on the inside that's like, hey, launch. And then we can see what happens. How powerful are these engines actually compared to solid rocket boosters? Because I know SRBs are generally like insanely powerful. Alright, there we go. Very nice and pipey system there. Now all we need is a launch button. That looks basically centered. And I don't know what happened to my camera. Okay. Should I realize? I can probably balance whatever mass is taken there by that. We're just gonna have a single button. I hate this game sometimes. Name this launch, and we're gonna have to manually press it because I'm... Oh, actually, we need batteries. Are these things an odd width? Okay, I think they're an odd width this way. Yeah, they are an odd width. All right, so what we're gonna do then is we're gonna finally get to the point where I can actually connect stuff. Starting with electricity. So we've got two massive batteries. These are like what our payload to orbit is gonna be. Oh yeah, there was a time in this game where I didn't know you could do like multiple connections to a single object, or that or was it that electricity would pass stuff? Anyhow, so I would just basically connect everything either like just like one after another, or just like everything went to the battery. It was a bad system because I didn't know any better. This game doesn't really have a good tutorial, especially now that everything is extremely complicated. And XML editing is so apparently common in workshop items. Alright. I mean, I'm okay with making a larger build area. You want to build something truly stupendous inside. Okay, this is actually a really large build box, to be fair. Alright. Don't exactly have a nose cone, but that is fine. Let's, this isn't too big. And then I get closer, and then the mission spawn it. And then it's like, oh yeah, no, this is big. It's deceptively, F to get in, and now I'm locked in here. Yeah, this thing's quite big. Anyhow, I press ignition and nothing's happening. Oh, hang on, did I ever actually connect the, I did connect ignition. Right. They're liquid fuel engines. They have a throttle. Oh, I can't place it there. Crap. One. All right. All right. Now we might actually get somewhere and just launch something because, yeah. Why does it sound like my feet are wet in this game? All right. This is loud. Like, okay, hold up. I am going to, oh, we're drifting off to the side. Oh, we're slowly turning. This might work, guys. Sorry if your ears are getting blown out right now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. It's going horribly wrong. Whew. Weird damage pattern. But it all went so well until it didn't. That's rocket business, though. God damn it, Tyler. Base cam, blah blah blah. I cannot hear it. I cannot hear the audio. Oh no. Okay, hold up. My YouTube chat in OBS that I thought I had is apparently outdated. So I will now go and get a proper YouTube chat by popping the chat out, copying the URL, and then inserting that into OBS. So hold up a second. All right, there we go. Yes, so Tyler, hello and welcome to the stream. We can do that again. Because that was that went significantly straighter than should try again. Yeah, you should try again, Tyler. Have you liked the stream yet? As that is very important. It helps out probably in the algorithm. I don't know. Who knows? Anyhow, let's try that again. Bam. Wow, Tyler, you did. Okay. Actually, hold up. Let me see. So you say you can't hear it. It's incredibly loud. Okay. Advanced audio properties. I thought speakers. There you go. Now you should be able to hear the desktop audio. I think I wasn't doing anything particularly important to desktop audio. No. Okay. Yeah, this rocket's quite loud. There we go. Much better. Okay, I didn't realize that I hadn't set the speaker capture to output on the audio source for the live stream. Because that's fun. I wanted to make sure that you couldn't hear desktop audio on the pre-stream thing, so I had to fiddle with my sources. But anyhow. Oh, okay. I think this thing's cooked. Actually. I mean, it kind of works, but it didn't get to space. That's the problem. This thing just did not get to space. So now I'm going to do the thing. Now I'm going to do the best way of getting to space by first of all saving this as Bad Rocket 2. And then I am going to go to the workshop, which is Shift Tab. and then just click the workshop button, which is this one. All right, and then we're going to get a rocket off the workshop, so I can at least say that I've, gone to space, even if I didn't do it under my own personally designed power. I don't know if there's going to be any rockets on the top of the workshop at the moment, though. Highway mod. Huh. Square pyramids. That's interesting. Just search for rocket. Let's see. Yeah, okay, people have been uploading stuff. Ooh. Makes it to space. That's a selling point of your workshop item there. What the hell is this? This is an image of the Swedish king from Sweden flying in Stormworks. I got 30 FPS on my 3070 Ti and 17 physics frames on my Radeon 5 5600X. So it would probably lag you too. Wait, is that? Wait, what CPU do I have again? I have a 3800X, so I think it's a better CPU than what I have. So I'm not going to do it. First DLC rocket. Potentially, it's better than what I. Why are people putting pictures of world leaders on top of giant blocks that fly to space? Someone built a space shuttle. Millennium Falcon. Let's just get something relatively simple. Space DLC. Clearly, I don't know. I don't know exactly how to build rockets. I'm clearly not. Fine. I'll download this thing, Tyler. Jeez. Okay, I'll get that. I want to actually get something that actually will go to space. That's broken, apparently. Simple rocket. Vector dynamics. Rocket thingy. These are some great names. Falcon 1. Well, 1-to-1 scale of Falcon 1. We'll get that. Workshop. Alright, we'll try the Falcon 1 first, because I guess I'll end off the string with that, Swedish king rocket for some reason. Seriously, why are they putting pictures of the faces of world leaders on rockets? Oh, I don't think I can ride this one, can I? Well, that is unfortunate. I guess I'll walk around because it sounds like it's fueling up. I hope there's a seat somewhere on that rocket. Actually, hold up. Let's updated to have a capsule, includes dials and gauges. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. It does look like that'll get to space. Let's see, I've been live for over 2.5 hours right now on this specific session. How do I get in the capsule though? Because it's kind of like up there, and I'm down here. It looks like it has water, large fluid pump, water daily stuff. Okay, we got like a space exploration chute, another flashlight, first aid kit, another pair of binoculars because you didn't already start with those apparently. I don't know. Can I get to the top of this thing without? Oh, let's see. Does anyone in the comments, let's see, I think, I do have a ladder to the pilot. It spawned, but I can't find any way up to the control capsule. Do you have no clip, or you could add a ladder? Oh. How do I do no clip then? Because saying it recommends I do no clip. Oh! Oh, cool. This is what you look like with the spacesuit on. So how do you no clip then? Because I did vaguely see that somewhere that was a thing. Because, yeah, allow no clip. How the hell do I do that? Is it something in settings? Controls, keyboard, gamepad. Vehicle, camera, photo mode, multiplayer, miscellaneous, no clip. Oh. That was the wrong button. I pressed end, not home. Oh. Well, that works. This is a much easier way to get up here than building a ladder. Uh-oh. Did I just set this thing on fire? No. But I think I might have just knocked it over a little bit. I hate how it's distorting my perspective based on the seat. Alright, stage. Okay, well, y'all pit. Oh, I had to manually set this thing. Alright. Throttle up. And then I think we go press stage for first stage. Alright, and in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Wow, this thing's actually quite stable. Compared to literally everything. Oh, I guess I could have put like fins on my rocket, but like... Well, it's a rocket, Tyler. What were you expecting? Rockets are supposed to be fast. Interestingly, yes, you can actually go to the moon in this game. I don't know if this is capable of getting there, but you can go to the moon in this game. Ooh, moon. It has a map and everything. Yes, yes, I'm serious. There is actually a moon in this game. And is, quote, the largest land area yet in this game. I just don't know how long it takes to get there or how far. So what are these gauges? Velocity, fuel, heading, altimeter, vertical velocity, like 100. I'm guessing that's meters per second. Okay. Atmosphere is hopefully getting a bit thinner. Well, okay, the reason why it's like the largest land area yet is because if you just generally look at the map, there ain't very much land on this map, Tyler. Like, these little islands down here is basically it. There is a second stage. Let's see, what's the fuel? Heading, velocity, fuel. Oh, fuel's about out. Yeah, I don't know. This planet is weird. Apparently the planet does wrap around the edges now. Okay, when the fuel runs out, I press stage, and then maybe start going sideways a little bit. Let's see. Altitude. I don't know what altitude space is considered in this game, because there's probably like a hard cutoff. Atmosphere just ends. But can't really see the ground anymore, so like, that is yaw. Let's pitch over the. The thing is, I also don't know where the moon is in relation to artificial horizon. I don't know where. Fuel is about to run out for. Oh, my phone's reset the quality once again. Oh, sounds like fuel's run. Oh, either we escape the atmosphere or fuel's run out. I think we escaped the atmosphere, like, finally. I mean, I can't see Jack, but, like, I'm like there on the land. I can hear you can hear the very quiet vibrations of rockets. Uh-oh. You're spinning. No, wait, no. Don't go towards the ground. Don't go towards the ground. This may not have exactly worked well for me. Exactly. I think we're falling right now. Yeah, we're falling. Oh well. I try. Like, I'm trying to turn. This thing does not turn very much. Or well. Does not have very many controls in that respect. Which is kind of unfortunate. So, well, we have gone quite far in the... So velocity is like negative 100 meters a second. You know, let's just straight down. Let's go. Come on, go directly down. Okay, this thing does not seem to want to actually do what I tell it to very much. Oh, it feels basically out as well. So that means I'm basically at the mercy of the wind. But hey, I should hit terminal block. Oh, okay. When my fuel runs out, I think I've already hit terminal velocity, and I'm now actually slowing down. Ah, that's what, those numbers are exceeding the box they're in. That's fun. How are we doing? Speed is slowly being scrubbed off. Our altitude's going down. Okay. Press stage again. Oh, and the capsule's free. Wow, this capsule's a bit more aerodynamic than I was expecting. Wait, we're oh, I should have stayed connected to that, because that thing has a higher terminal velocity. Ah. Slightly fall like a thunderbolt. I have no idea what that means. Now I'm just along for that. I don't think there's a parachute or anything in this, so yeah, down to 60 meters a second of falling. Yeah, yeah. This rocket seems to be a little bit done. We're just, you know, falling over the ocean now. Mind you, we started here at the launch site, and we are here. We went far-ish. Okay, we're falling like we're at like the cloud layer now, so there's that. Only falling at 60 meters per second, which I know that's not like I should not have disconnected. This terminal velocity is much slower. Oh. Oh, hey, there is a parachute. Look at that. That just slows our descent even more. Yeah, now we're only going down to 14 meters per second, and we still have like 400 meters to go. Ugh. Hey, we're gonna make a nice soft splashdown though, so that's, yeah, that's great. And here we go. Sploosh. I don't. Oh, this thing does float. How nice. Where's the hatch? There's a hatch on here somewhere. Ah, there's the hatch. And that will probably sink if I don't do it. Anyhow, let's return this to the workbench, and then we can spawn that other thing that you wanted me to lag out my stream with. It's already freezing. That's great. I mean, hopefully separate cores and stuff will allow OBS. Oh no. Guess I can't spawn it in then, because I don't have this island or this build area properly dialed in. And I don't really want to open File Explorer too much right now, because that would probably expose some stuff. So, I don't know, maybe I'll do this eventually. Hold on, let's see. Let's go back to this. You can just look at these images and be like, oh, ah, wow, oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. The Epic rocket reaches new heights. You'll probably need to spawn in a mission because it won't fit in any build areas. And if you have a modded area, it will probably still not work as it didn't load the whole rocket. At least not. How big is this thing? Jeez. I don't even know how to do a custom mission. Those are kind of complicated. You can enter. I don't think the mission spawner exists in this game anymore either. You can either enter the king through the. If you're the real king reading this, please comment, I love this, and give me $1 million, or else I will be sad because something it wasn't necessary. Okay. Also give me award favorite, the blah 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 blah. And then people talking in Swedish. So yeah, I'm not gonna be able to spawn this thing in then, because I lack the skill to do it. So anyhow, I think that's going to be it for this stream. So, ooh, I still have the spacesuit on. Can I just drop that? Yeah, alright. So, I mean, I can't show you myself in the front, so you just have to view me from behind. So I'm going to say, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure to like. Please like the stream. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future live streams like this one. Or just general videos like the one that went out earlier today. And yeah, I will see you all in the next, whatever it is.